Hey everyone, so today we are going to talk all about the awesomeness that is Blooket. I'm excited to share this site. We've talked about it a little bit before, but I am thrilled to actually show you all of the things that you can do with it. So when you get to Blooket, you're going to go ahead and log in with whatever your login is going to be. It will connect with Google if you want to do a single sign-on. And then you have your sets. So if you have sets already created, that's awesome. You can integrate, if you have Quizlet, like flashcards already made, you can upload to Blooket, and I can show you how that works. You got your little dashboard up here, and we're going to go through all of those different pieces. So if you are having students go into Blooket, they're just going to hit play. So they would go to Blooket. Students can have their own account if you want them to, or they can just have a Blooket and just play the game, and they can just do blooket.play/ blooket.com/play to go ahead and play the game. But if you're going to actually go in, we're going to create one. So you're going to click create, and then you can choose your images. They have a gallery, so you don't have to spend too much time unless you want something super specific to the content that you're going to teach. And so since we're not really in fall, but I'm pretending like we're in fall at this point, and I'm over the warm weather. So we're going to click on some pumpkins, and we would type in our title. You could type in a description if you want to. You can choose if you want it to be public or private. If you want playable only by you, public if you're going to have it for everyone. So you can pick and choose what you'd like. And I said before, like you can use Quizlet Import. So if you have Quizlet flashcard decks already created, you can just import straight from Quizlet, which is awesome. So you don't have to start from scratch if you're going to do that. Or you're going to click manual and just start from there. When you go to create your set, you just add a question, type in your answer. Type in your question, and then go ahead and put in your answer, and then you just click the little green button if that's the right answer, which is awesome. And you can just put that information there. When you're done, you can decide if you want a longer time limit or a shorter time limit. Sometimes the students need to work through a problem. If you're going to do something math related or some problem solving stuff, you can make a longer time limit, or you can make it shorter if you want like lightning rounds and make it super fast. You can do that if you want to. And then you can also mix up the answers. So that way, if they want students to have random order for your answers, you can do that. And then you just click save. And once you do that, I've got nothing there right now. So you just click save. Do I really stop editing? Yes, for now. And then you just load in all your information, which is awesome. If you want to look at Discover, you clicked other people's games that are already created. If you want to do some multiplication facts with your students, there is a deck already created for that, which is awesome. And this way I can show you what this looks like to play. So we've got all of our answers in there. And then as a teacher, I'm going to click host. You can also have students host if you want like smaller groups in your class, maybe 4 or 5 kids at a time playing, maybe different activities or like stations in your classroom. You can have students host too. They have that option if they have their own set of decks. So you can be aware of that. And then you can go ahead and choose your game. So what's really nice about Blooket is that you can choose from 10 different games what you want your students to be playing. So certain games like Cafe, if I were to click on this one and I host it, it's set up a little bit different where students would enter the game and then they type in this code and they're able to play. And in the Cafe game, if you go back, I'll show you a little bit. They're able to like create, they're like in a cafe and they earn money or they earn points by answering correct questions, and then they can have different things on their menu and stuff like that. But what's nice about that is not everybody in class sees what the rest of the students are doing. As a teacher or a host, it will put it up on your board and you can kind of see how kids are doing, but there's no like first place, second place, third place. It does show up that way, but if a kid is saving all their money, they could like dump it at the end and then they automatically become the winner. So it's not as obvious as to who's understanding the concept and who's not. So it's not projecting up to the rest of the class, like how everybody's doing. Battle Royale, now that puts students head to head, and whoever answers first is going to then move on. So correctly answers first moves on. So the games are set up differently, which is really nice because then you have options for students. The racing game is clearly a race to see who gets the end. So you see how everybody's doing with their answers. Tower of Defense, there's other pieces in there that kind of throw off the game. So even if students are doing well, sometimes something happens to them in their game as they're moving along. So there's a lot of different options with Blooket, so you can kind of adjust it to your classroom as you see fit for your students. So that's a really cool thing about it. Something else that's really cool about Blooket too is that when you are, if the kids are signed in, they can also check their stats. So they can see like if they have games, how they've done, those types of things you can do as well. And then if you want to look to the Blooks, you can see all of the animals, which the students love. So they love to see all the different animals, and then you can earn them. So as you do well and you play well, you can earn different animals, which becomes a big thing in my class. So there's a lot of different options with Blooket. There's so many cool things that you can do with Blooket, and there's so many nice ones that are already out there that you don't have to start from scratch. If you just want to do a couple of fun ones, they're out there that you can use right away. Or again, you can go ahead and create your own, and then you can just get moving on how you want to have your students play in your room. You can choose that to play solo as well, where if kids have created their own, they can click solo and then they can pick from a solo game mode. So there's a fewer games, but that way at least they have the option to be able to choose their solo games as well. And then you can always go in, you can copy, you can merge your games, you have links that you can provide for others. They have the option too of like creating things as homework. If you want to assign things to students, you can do that. And then like history and then news, they give you all the updates. So like when new games come out and things like that, they're always posted. So if you haven't ever tried Blooket, you need to check it out. There's so many awesome things you can do with it, and it is so engaging in the classroom. I can't tell you how many staff and students get really competitive, or they're excited when we play Blooket because they know it's a fun way to review the concepts we're talking about in class, and we like to just try out new things this way. With that, have some fun with Blooket and see what you can do.